Hello and welcome to The Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
I'm Jason DeRoss.
Oh, yeah, killing it.
Amazing. Nothing like a 9 a.m. pour, you know?
I know you keep saying that now, but it's like we used to do this all the time. You would share a cocktail with us. I know it's 12:30 for you, but 9:30. Welcome.
No, I'm not judging it. I just think it's fun. What are you drinking today? I guess we'll get into it with our guest because we have a very special guest coming for a classic casual Friday.
That sounds great.
Someone said we were a pixely vibe today. So just let us know if we're clear. Yeah, let us know. That's all
Clear
we
over
need.
here. You look clear to me. Your skin's clear. The pixels are clear. Look out.
Thank you. Well, I just thought, it is snowing and raining in May. So why not completely give up and just wake up and show everyone who I am,
Have a drink, 9 a.m.
Have a drink, 9 a.m.
I did overpour this. I overpoured. It's going to be fucking
I think that's never anything I've ever heard you say and believe my entire friendship. I don't think you've ever been like, oh no, it's too much.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get to it. We know who's here. We know who we love. We love him. A Friday is not the same without him, and that is Mr. Casual Friday.
Yeah, there I am. Yeah, I'm centered. I centered myself.
I love how we were talking about our mics, and you're like, but I yell. and then you've blasted.
I'm like, is there an echo?
Theo's just like doing your accounting, going, oh, my dad's yelling again.
You better get the accounting done. If he's on here right now, get the hell off here.
Get out of here.
Payable to figure out.
He's for sure doing it on a Lego calculator, though, like a killer Lego calculator.
Yeah.
That he made. Yeah. We have so many lovely friends in the chat. Yeah, we've got Jansing, hi, Nigel. He's back, baby. Nigel's saying, oh, shit, let's go. I just want to thank everyone who came to the Patreon show last night. What an absolute fever dream. I was telling everyone I woke up with like my wig on my desk and I was like, what happened? Who am I?
We got so deep last night.
Deep. Oh, my God. Well, I will never forget a reverse 69 being sleeping on someone's ass cheeks up or down.
And then it's just actually sleeping.
Yeah. It's sensual, but like you still get a good night's sleep.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever just like with a lover, maybe you're on the couch or whatever, and you just like nestle near their butt and you're like, this could go either way? Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Like it's a nice place. It's a really nice place to rest your head, but like the stakes are high.
The stakes are high. This is so Burger likes to cuddle me butt in, right? So if I'm doing that, I go, well, this is a trust that if it's broken, I will vomit and get pink eye because this will be disgusting.
But like Burger's a piece of shit. So of course he's going to break that trust.
Yes. And let me tell you, and I know we're only 4 minutes in, but let me tell you how he breaks the trust. With just a silent, it's just like his butt just goes, you hear that and you're like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
But then you've got Vic in the corner being Fraser Crane being like, well, you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Well,
actually, you knew it was going to happen.
Vic is sort of like a low-key nasty boy where he goes, maybe we cuddle, and then you do, and he's like, oops. So, yeah, that's my home. But how are you? How's everyone? What are we drinking? Let's talk about it.
Oh, yes. We overpour and we overshare. Of course.
I know. That's the rules.
I haven't tried it yet. I have no idea what this is, really.
That looks amazing.
You did it.
Yeah.
Is this the Corona?
No, this is not the Corona thing. That's for a different week. This is Aperol and simple syrup and orange juice. And I put in some fizzy water just to top it up. But it's orange juice and Aperol.
It looks like a sunrise.
It looks like a sunrise.
This sounds something like you serve at a brunch after a wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just look at the gradient.
Look at you know what, Stacy? Look at the fucking gradient for once.
I think this drink's called Gradient Sunshine or Gradient Horizon.
Yeah.
Wow, Jason, the Gradient Horizon.
Yeah.
That sounds like
sexy, right?
It just sounds like the saddest romantic novel where like a couple just like respectfully separates.
It sounds
you
like a desktop wallpaper, really.
Yeah. Would you like to order the Gradient Horizon?
Yes,
I'll have it
please.
with it, yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing well. We'll take two. Jason, what are you drinking?
Well, this is a DeRoss special because Stacey is always like, "What? You go for the weird things," but like,
Stop calling me out every time you have to explain something.
This is a peanut butter whiskey.
Oh my God, I love it so much. Yes.
It's delicious. It's my new spice box. I'm just drinking this straight all the time.
I can't find that anywhere because I keep looking and I cannot find it.
You know what I can't find anywhere? Goddamn spicy dill pickle chips.
Let's talk about
Are they
that.
gone?
No, they're hard to find. I found a single bag at my grocery store and I grabbed it.
Blew the dust off.
No, I blew the flames off because it's so hot. Everyone's stealing it. Everyone's getting it.
That's what I mean. If one bag's left, it's like, oh, geez. Normally that's because someone has left it in inventory in the back and then they pull it out and you're like, I'll take it. It's been there since 1957. Yeah, I'll take it.
Spicy dill pickle chips from Miss Vicky's are truly the best chip I've ever had.
Like, Miss Vicky's jalapeno are already the best chips that you can have.
Agreed.
So there's
Baker.
a chip that what? Where?
They're at Loblaws on Broadview.
I'm out.
Take your phone. I'll follow you.
This is the service. This is the service.
I love how Nigel's like, I got you. Give me till the end of the weekend. You just open your door and there's just a bag. Honestly, if that was our friendships, which was just like we open up the door and we all got snacks from each other, I would die.
We got to talk about Nigel Downer for a second because, like, within this year for Jerk Chicken Club, Great Canadian Jerk Off, he made jerk chicken and delivered it to our houses. Like he drove around the city and brought us chicken.
I'm still expecting mine, Nigel.
And he danced. He parked his car in the bike lane. Everyone's yelling at him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
No, of course not.
He's like, he's got his boogie and he danced the chicken across the street to me. It was fantastic. He gave me
just
extra.
so many bikers with kids being like, please, we have to go. We have to go to school.
You're killing us. Peanut butter whiskey in one hand, jerk chicken in the other.
He's just dancing to the bike rings, the bike bells like it's Calypso. Just like
You know, it is really funny how, like, if I'm on my bike, I'm like, these freaking cars, these pedestrians. And then the second I'm in a car, I'm like, these bikers. You know what I mean? It just flips.
Isn't it
it's
awesome?
crazy how you can switch teams real quick and that there are teams. It's fucking insane.
And then when you're a pedestrian, you're just like, can I walk? Okay.
And it's impossible to like empathize with the other side. Like once I'm walking and a cyclist zooms by, I'm like, I want to fucking kill that guy.
I know. And the worst is when you have someone understanding in the car who's like, come on. And it's like, okay, you're with me or you're against me.
I'm
So
sorry.
make your choice.
That's me all the time.
What? You're understanding?
I'd be that guy. I'd be like, well, I don't know. I was on the bike the other day. I rolled through a stop sign. But I thought, you're just going to lose momentum if I don't. And I checked both ways, so I can't get too mad.
You're with
I
us or
jaywalked.
against us, Jason?
With us or against us?
I'll get in the trunk.
Yeah, please. Well, I'm really excited about those treats. I'm very jealous, but like, I can't believe, have you had the spicy Miss Vicky's yet?
No.
You haven't even had them.
No, that's what I'm saying. I haven't.
You know what you got to do is get it with Crystal's suggestion here. She had a
I tried
spicy pickle beer.
No, thank you. And that's really
Yeah,
great. No, I don't need, that's too far. I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Pickle can't go too far.
Someone goes,
Pickle
no.
don't go too far. Pickle
I
don't go
had,
too far.
I had spicy pickle hummus yesterday, and it was good.
Pickle go too far. Pickle go
Pickle
too far.
go too far. Pickle go too
It's
far.
so good.
No, it's not. If you're raving about it, it's not good. I'm sorry about it.
I loved it.
I could see you eating a full tub of hummus that you hate just to prove because the flavoring
good.
sounds good.
Tub-A-Hummus sounds like it's one word.
Tub of hummus?
It sounds like a Chubbawamba song.
Tub of hummus.
What are we gonna do tonight? Tubba hummus. Ding ding ding. Nigel,
You know what? I miss music where it was just someone on the stage going, "What are we doing tonight?" And we all went, "Tub of hummus." Like that was it.
I think the three of us could make a pop song called Tub-A-Hummus.
Could we get away with calling ourselves Chumbawamba? I guess we already have a band. We're already Mrs. Stacey McGonagall and her neighbors.
Yeah, and we go, hey neighborhood, what are we doing tonight? And everyone goes, Tub-A-Hummus.
Tub-A-Hummus, 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 Tub-A-Hummus.
Rock me, Tub-A-Hummus.
Did you say rock me Tub-A-Hummus?
Baker's got it.
Rock me Tub-A-Hummus is nuts. Rock me Tub-A-Hummus. That's like, that would be your role. Like recording this song, you would just have to come in, put the headphones on, and just be like, so I'll just give you 3 in a row.
Voice, yeah.
Rock me Tub-A-Hummus, rock me Tub-A-Hummus.
DJ Khaled, Tub-A-Hummus.
Yes. That's what always embarrassed me with when I would hear songs like that or like Chumbawamba. I just thought about them having to record and just like going for it and just having to make those sounds. You know?
Yeah.
It'd be like just go, just guys, whatever you're feeling, we'll grab whatever we like, and you just had to go.
You're like, look away.
Don't tell my family I'm here.
Hey, Tub-A-Hummus.
You having to drive home silently, knowing what you've just done.
Rock me, Tub-A-Hummus.
And that's music. That's the music industry, you guys. It's a lot of driving home, wondering what you've done.
Gail has jumped in. Tub-A-Hummus worldwide.
And the album is called Pickle No Go Too Far. Yeah. Well, and this is, Kayla says, I like to eat a Tub-A-Hummus. I don't care how gassy I'll get, which is, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah.
It's a payoff. You like the Beano, right? You use the Beano?
Love the Beano. And I'm open to a sponsorship. I love the Beano.
I was going to get the Beano, and then my wife was like, don't get the Beano.
Why?
Because that's what old people use.
Yeah, it feels like then you're giving in. You're like, I'm done.
No.
So then,
I
what
disagree.
are you gonna do? What are you gonna go
You
lay
get like
on your tummy?
little bottles on side of like tequila's promotional thing. They have like the little bottle. I feel like if you got a Walker, they would have a little bottle of like Beano attached to it or something.
Huh. I was just thinking right now that you get a Tub-A-Hummus and the little thing on the side of the Beano.
That's honestly,
That's smarter.
it's smarter, and like, because like we all get gassy. Do you ever like eat food and you're just like, ugh? But if you have Beano, then you're just like, ooh, Tub-A-Hummus. Like, you're totally fine.
You don't get knocked down. There's no reason to get back up again.
No,
You're
never
still
gonna
up.
take me down. Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than being bloated. I always tell this story about one of my boyfriends ate Swiss Chalet, which is a chicken shop in Canada, at 10 p.m. and then was like, my stomach, what's wrong with me? And I was like, you're bloated, you piece of shit. Welcome to the club.
No bum cuddles today.
No bum cuddles. And it's one of those huge farts too. You're like, bro. You're like, look away.
Fucking lighthouse over here.
Yeah. You fart and you just feel like you're flying. You're like, am I higher?
Every time you fart, you think Inception's starting. You're like, oh, okay, great.
What level am I at now?
I'm disgusting.
Oh my God, I've fallen into my dream.
We're going too deep. I farted so loud. I'm in your dream now.
Oh my God. Truly.
Whoa, Bacon, why are you clothes on? Why are we at your grade 3 class? You got no clothes on.
Wow. Why is the hotel sideways?
I like how Jason, in my mind, just shows up anywhere but then takes his clothes off in the dream. He starts fully clothed.
Oh, dream.
Wow.
Bro. It is like, to me, like there is nothing funnier than farting, but there's also nothing more disgraceful. Like, especially if you're like in a new relationship or I don't know. Do you not fart in front of your partners? I don't think you fart in front of Jenny. Do you, Jason?
I've given up on that. I have for many, many years. I was like, definitely never happening. And then I was like, well, we've been married for 10 years. So like,
so what was the first fart like? Was she like, what did you just do?
Was it on anniversary?
here's the thing.
Was it on anniversary? Did the pickle
no go too far?
Pickle no go too far. And Jan, just to confirm, Rob did in fact say, "I just farted so loud, I'm in your dream now." Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was the first fart like in front of your wife?
To be honest, it wasn't big because it was like, I think for her, it was like, she didn't notice I wasn't farting in front of her. So it wasn't like,
Whoa.
you did it.
Wait,
lovely.
she didn't notice that you hadn't farted?
I guess not. I mean, like, it's not something that I didn't go hear that. That was our first fart.
You should.
Yeah, why
Someone
didn't
has to
you?
break the ice, really. Break the ass.
Now I do, and Charlie just calls it a toad in my butt. He's like, "You got a toad in your butt, man." Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's really.
My
Go
favorite
ahead.
expression is where there's a toot, there's a train. That's a very good one.
Ooh, my grandmother used to go. She used to fart, and then she'd go. You didn't know your granny had a gun, and I was like, oh, like her butt was a gun.
Man, I need to be a part of your family.
Can you imagine? You're like 5 years old, and you're like, my grandma's butt is a gun, and it fire. Woo!
It goes off every time I step.
Did you know that guns sound like this?
You know, when like your grandma's like going up the stairs, and then her butt locks and loads, and then it becomes a gun of poo.
And every once in a while, she shoots so much she has to excuse herself to go to the bathroom.
Like she overloaded her gun?
And she's shameful, and you're holding her shame, and you're wondering how to navigate that.
And the bathroom smells like gun for like an hour?
Yeah, that's what you should start teaching Charlie. Is after you take a huge shit in the bathroom, you should go, nothing like the smell of gun in the morning. Yeah, I think one of the funniest ones I've heard is the shit whisper, which just makes me laugh so much because it's like your butt going like, you're gonna shit a fart. I don't know. This is where we're at today on this Friday. When it snows in May, it's fart and shit talk, and that's just what it is.
Peanut butter whiskey. Peanut butter whiskey.
I just have a little coffee and Bailey's, very boring, but also very delicious.
The most delicious.
I wanted to ask you this just to step away from the fart and shit talk, which I'm sure we'll circle back on. But
Circle back.
But I have been trying to make on like Sundays. I wake up as if I'm Martha Stewart, and I'm like, oh, it's like pancake time, and I've yet to be able to nail a homemade pancake. I just can't do it. Any
I'm with
tips?
you.
Really?
I'm with you. I think the best tip I have is like get a waffle maker.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know, like waffles, because waffles are better than pancakes. And
Agreed.
You get a waffle
decorate your
maker.
stuff a lot easier. Yeah.
And they just you just put it in the machine and let it go, and it like makes a perfect waffle every time.
Because Allison Roman has this YouTube channel, which is amazing, and I love
Yeah.
her, and she's so great. But she just
Me
made
too.
like waffle style pancakes with like buttermilk. So it's like they have the like gravitas of a waffle,
Whoa.
but it's a pancake. So I've been really wanting to try it. But it's just like the thing about it is you really want them, and then when you get them, you have maybe one or two, and then you got to be no.
I feel yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta let that batter sit. Jen's right. You gotta let the batter sit.
Really?
Definitely buttermilk is in there. But I find that like you want them either fluffy or flat. And like probably fluffy, but it's so hard to get them cooked perfectly in the middle when they're fluffy.
It's so true.
I always end up with a little bit of liquid in there, and I'm like and I'm disappointed. And I still eat them because they're still delicious, but
Yeah.
they're not perfect.
They're not perfect. And I know exactly what you mean. Like I'll take a flat stack. I mean, I'm only going to have a few and then be like, I'm disgusting, look away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Is there a pancake restaurant near Alliston called like Short Stack or something like that? Like whenever I'm driving up the highway, it says like Short Stack, world famous pancakes. And I'm like, how do you get a world famous pancake?
Well, they're lying, right? Because Alliston is just a town of liars. There was a town which had all the, in my opinion, hot guys from my high school, and it was called Beaton, and they had a butcher, like a butcher shop called Beaton Meats, and they never caught on, and we were always like, Beaton Meats.
That's like there's a town, Hanover's not far from there, and the newspaper is called Hanover Post, and I was like, that sounds weird to me, but
Oh, it's different than Beaton Meats for sure, but I'm getting what you're saying.
Oh, I just caught up now.
Yeah. Hanover. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we don't have like a pancake shop. We have like a like dirty diners. Like I used to go to a fish and chip. Okay, this is how gross. I mean, it's fantastic, but like at lunch, there was like this fish and chip restaurant that you could go to that like this elderly couple owned, and you would get like a tray of like free pickles, like like homemade, and then you get fish and chips. But you're a teen, and so you're mowing down a fish and chips, and then you have to like go to science. Like you're just like, oh, I'm tired. Like you're just so full.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there should at least be an hour after lunch in high school for you to rest.
Isn't it true? Like I honestly think high school should just be like just a bunch of naps.
I can understand why high school students smoke, because after that I'd be like, let's just go sit on the sidewalk for a bit and we'll have some cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
Sit on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Smoking area. Of a high school, you don't get benches, you get fucking sidewalks.
Well,
I don't know what classy high school you were going to.
I know. My high school was like
spa
across
for smoking.
It's so nice and smoky in here.
I will say, like, my high school was such a small town, but like there was like a strip mall across from our thing that was like a Tim Hortons, a bunch of convenience stores that sold us cigarettes, and like not a vape shop, like a sandwich shop, and everyone would just go across the street and smoke, and all the teachers would just watch all these underage people just smoking.
Oh yeah,
and not do anything.
It was really great. Like in grade 12, like near the end of grade 12, the teachers that smoked came and smoked with us.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of a final like, good luck on your journey. You know?
Do you think they were all unrolling their cigarette packs and they're like, well, today's the day. So I think I'm going to go with Brienne and Michelle and give them the handshake.
And like my cousins went to my high school, but they were like 12 years older than me. And they told me like in their time, there was a smoking room for grade 12s.
Whoa, that's
crazy.
Awesome.
Like there was a room for kids in grade 12 to go smoke. And the grade 11s were pissed because they're like, what, we don't get a room?
Whoa.
At my college, there was like, you were allowed to smoke, not when I was there, but apparently just years before, you were allowed to smoke in the cafeteria, but the cafeteria had a bridge that you basically had to go over it to get to all of your classes. So people used to stand up on that bridge and just get fucking like annihilated by smoke. And I was like, how did that ever happen in our lives? There's not even like a ventilation system in there. It's just a big...
Oh. My mom used to work at a grocery store, and in the grocery store, so you'd go up the stairs to the staff room, and in the staff room was a glass box where staff could go in and smoke cigarettes in the grocery store. And I, as a teen, would come, and my mom would be like, get in here, I got to tell you something. And I'd be like, no. And I'd go into this thing. And
then all of a sudden people would appear. You'd be like, whoa, there's people in here.
Exactly.
I can see through the smoke.
But like, I remember people being like to my mom, like, get the kids out of there. She's like, who cares? But we would just be riddled with smoke in this room. And I was like, that was in a grocery store near like celery and apples and shit. Like,
we went to our bar that we used to go to as like, you know, when you first turned 20, we had like our local go-to, and all of a sudden the walls were different colors and stuff. We went back like 10 years later, we're like, because you're not allowed to smoke in there anymore. You're like, whoa, it's not yellow, it's dark green. This is crazy.
Well, it is wild that you could go to a restaurant and they'd be like smoking or non-smoking, as if it even mattered. Because you'd be like,
no, like ventilation, just like
none.
That table is smoking. That table don't smoke.
Yeah, and also my mom was like smoking, and there was 4 children. And she's like, what? Yeah, like it's pretty messed up when like as a kid you have a pack of Popeyes and like it's realistic how you're using them. You know, you're just like holding in the smoke, like.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the gum ones, the Popeye sticks that were like, they weren't Popeye, but they were gum, and then so when you blew into them, smoke came out. It like the sugar came out, but it looked like
Oh
smoke.
yeah, I loved those. There's nothing.
Get them hooked. They were De Maurier, I think.
And that's what my parents smoked, De Maurier Lights. And my mom would be like, "Can you go to the like?" Yeah, she'd always try and get us to go and buy her smokes, and we'd have to explain to her.
Just tell
that
Larry. Just tell him it's for me. It's De Maurier. He'll know.
Tell him not to make a big fucking deal about it. He knows who you guys are. What are you guys gonna go off and smoke?
Your brothers were
Larry.
like, yeah.
What are you gonna make a big deal of it? Just give me the De Maurier Lights already.
Don't make my grandmother come in here with a gun. Yeah, but how long did you smoke, Rob? Because I never knew you as a smoker.
Oh, I smoked for a long time. I think like I started when I was like, I had my first cigarette when I was 12, and then I was like, I smoked by the time I was 14, and then I smoked into my like I smoked for 20 years.
Holy crap!
Yeah, but like there was quittings in there where I'd quit for 2 years and stuff like that. I was always like, you got to quit by the time you're 30. I was like,
So then you still might be a smoker.
Quit.
You might still be. You might be in one of your quitting times. You might still be a smoker. Who knows?
You know what, Jason? Doesn't help. If I start again, guess what? Guess who I'm blaming if I start again?
Jason.
Well, you're not starting again. You were just always a smoker.
I mean, I'm not a smoker, but like, there's nothing more comforting than holding a cigarette. And I'll tell you, during this pandemic, I've just wanted to like mournfully with a glass of wine, just sit in my backyard and just be like, the fuck's going on? And just like smoke a cigarette.
I
just
thought
wanted
about it
one.
so much. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Nigel's right. Like, do you ever get on a plane and they still have like ashtrays in the armchair or in the armrest, and you're like, this plane must be pretty old. But then as you find out, it's not even that old. Like, it wasn't that long ago you could smoke on a plane, which is insane.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. And the no smoking signs still, I mean, I know planes, like, we're not getting a lot of new planes here, but I'm just like, for
But
who?
But if people are driving a car that's 15 years old, you're like, well, you got to get that thing fixed up. You're going to fall apart. And then you get on a plane and you're like, this plane's 15 years old? Cool. No problem.
I don't even want to know. I'm like, ooh. It's best if I don't.
Yeah, you're already there. You've already made your choice.
Well, flying with Jason, like, yeah, don't tell me. But flying with Jason was like such a crazy experience because I've never considered, like, I'm not a nervous flyer in any way. Because, like, to me, a plane is just, it's not even like, I
wasn't. And then I had an experience. And then from then on, I was like a little nervous.
What, you had a little turbulence or something?
No, there was a loud bang at the very beginning of our flight. And then this vacuum sound like kicked in and it stayed there for the entire flight. Also was a very turbulent flight. I was like, nobody hears this or whatever. What's going on?
Yeah.
I was seeing my brother. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, it's fine. They would tell us or something, or we would have turned around by now.
So you had a
like,
traumatic experience. Everyone was calm except for you, and everyone said it's not a big deal.
My brother, who I was sitting with, but like, I don't know. And I'm not. I am a bit of a nervous flyer, and I know this is gonna be like, you're a crazy nervous flyer. I've flown a lot lately, and like, I'm fine. But like, my dad told me one time, he goes, most plane crashes, they happen on the takeoff or the landing. That's it. It's human error. And I was like, okay, he's probably not even correct. He just said that. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So now I just get nervous on the takeoff and then the thing. And big turbulence is scary. If you get caught in big turbulence, that's scary stuff for no matter who you are.
Of course. But I'm saying like the amount of manic energy that you brought to the poor flight attendant.
Is what it is.
I'm grabbing life by the balls, Stacey.
Yeah.
You don't get it? Huh?
Yeah,
it's
there's
extreme.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the fake confidence and manic energy of like, I'm just a comedian. These are jokes. I'm joking with you. It's like,
it's a bit. Oh.
I'm joking. Just hold my hand right now. I'm joking.
White knuckled on the thing, and he goes, "What are we going down?" I'm kidding. What's your name? What's your name? I'm Jason Michelle. It's okay. We going down?
It's crazy because they got the rafts and everything, but you don't need them because if you crash, you're dead. So like, really, they're just there to be like calm you down, but you're never calm. Right?
Tub-A-Hummus.
Except nobody was there for that inside joke, so everyone's like, what's he yelling? Tub-A-Hummus. What do you want for Friday?
Sir, you're going to have to come with us.
Tub-A-Hummus is what you're supposed to say.
We're not Tub-A-Hummusing right now.
I also love
Can
the
I smoke
call
on
out
this
to
plane? I know you can't, but okay, there's ashtrays in the armrest, so I can smoke. I don't smoke. I quit for a bit. I guess I've always been a smoker.
That is what he was like. That's not even a joke. The woman was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No." Yeah.
It always calms me that once you get on the flight, like you've already made your choice.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. It's like there's not like there's nowhere else in the world that is less you can do. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Do you remember, Stacey? You're too young for this because you're a baby. Do you remember all those ads that used to come out for like Time Life books? And it was like Time Life books, and all the weirdest things happened. And one of the ones in the commercial was Tom Davidson in Iowa was walking towards his gateway when all of a sudden he had a feeling, and he walked away. 3 hours later, that plane was in the ocean. And you're like, what? That's crazy, because there was another one. It was like this. You can do that again.
Okay, here we go.
It was this cold evening, and Cindy burnt her hand on a pot. Ow! But across the entire...
Wait, are you reading something? It looks
No,
like you're reading a script.
It's me just looking at myself.
Okay.
And then across the country, on the other side, her twin sister felt a pain in her hand. How? And that's these Time Life books that were going on. You can come out of this now.
I remember that second one exactly. That's so amazing.
But my thing was like, okay, but how true is this? Because what happened in that moment that these twin sisters, first of all, found out because one of them called and was like, "Oh, my hand got burnt. That's funny. My hand was just turned. Let's call Time Life books because this is for sure a news story." Like, how do they find these things?
Jenny
out?
said she just bought a 33-volume set of Time Life books called Mysteries of the Unknown.
That's probably
amazing.
the one.
33 books.
We've got the time. We're in lockdown. Still.
I've got 20 volumes. You can do more.
You could do more.
I don't get it. Like, where do they find these stories out? Because this was before the internet too, so it wasn't like casting calls going out of being like, we're trying to find fun stories or whatever.
Well, here's the thing. I think it is a bunch of like aunts. Like, have you ever taught? Like, your aunt would be like, "Guess what? So I burnt my hand, and
I
called.
I felt the pain."
Then I called Aunt Marie. Guess what? Her hand hurt. So our husbands don't believe us. And I said, "Well, screw you, Dan." And I called the newspaper. Hell yeah. That's how all these things happen. It was just people calling.
I'm calling Robert Mitchum.
Oh, yeah? What's that, Reggie? You don't think I saw an alien? Well, guess who will? Guess who will believe me, you know?
Hello, Robert Mitchum.
I saw an alien.
I believe you.
Thank you.
I found your name in the phone book. Oh, a different Robert Mitchum. You must get this a lot. Never?
But you have his number.
He's your brother? You guys name the same? Two Robert Mitchums? Twin brothers. Both Robert Mitchum?
Sometimes I miss the phone book, you know, just scrolling through as a kid.
Oh,
I loved
hell
it.
yeah.
Loved it. I always thought I was on the precipice of solving like a mystery.
Someone used the phrase the other day to me, I could rip a phone book in half. And I was like, I don't think it means anything anymore.
Wait. Who the fuck said that?
I don't even remember. I just remember hearing this very recently, like within the last week. And I was like, they don't exist anymore. Like you're ripping a phone book in half. Doesn't
someone told you recently that
within
they could rip. So someone tough guyed you and said, "I can rip a phone book in half."
I might have even saw it on TV or something, but I just remember hearing it within the last week, and I was like,
"Hey, you over there?
Yeah,
you,
hey, Robert Mitchum?
Yeah, hey, here's an unsolved mystery for you. How do I rip a phone book in half?"
I don't know. Because they don't exist anymore. I don't think. Let me see it.
And scene. And guys, improv can be for everyone.
What's the best thing to do in improv is like once the audience knows the information, just repeat it. Repeat the exact same thing you just did.
Yeah.
Someone once described a callback, like so in comedy, if it's like there's one joke and then you bring it back later, it's called a callback. And they just said when an audience was laughing, they said it's their gift for listening was a callback. Like if they thought it was funny, it was like because they remembered it. But
so that person's on stage, and if someone doesn't laugh at a callback, they just stare them down and go, "You weren't really listening to the show, were you?"
Yeah, kind of. And I was laughing because when I go, they said that before. Like I'm still that audience member, even though I do comedy. Like I will grab my friend and go, "That's you!" Like I am that person. So when I hear a joke repeated back later on in the show, I'm like, that's from the beginning. I find it exciting. Oh, sorry, Jason, you're a cool audience member? I didn't realize.
I didn't say anything.
Exactly. You weren't listening.
Exactly. What kind of audience member do you think you are? Are you like really excited to be there? Are you like, prove it to me? Like, what kind of vibe are you, do you think?
Me? I'm not a prove it to me, I don't think. But I'm not a. We have Jan Carawan is in the chat. Jan Carawan has like the best laugh when you're in the audience. I don't have that. I wish I had that, but I don't have that recognizable laugh. So I'm just. I think I'm an average.
A recognizable
audience
laugh is a hard life, right? So Jan has like a joyous one. I have a witch cackle, like my brew just got going, like it just started bubbling, you know. Baker, you have a really nice laugh too.
Yeah, I think I'm a good audience member. I'm like my jaw always drops because I'm like just listening. I'm just like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
So I
that's it
look dumb?
too.
but I'm a good listener.
yeah.
I think that's it too, because we probably watch more than the average person watch comedy. So like, to make us go to like laugh out loud is just normally something different. Because there could be some really funny jokes, and you're like, that's funny, yeah, that's great. But people don't hear
Right.
that.
I will
I'm
tell
also-
you.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Rob.
I was saying I'm very aware that like sometimes you have to laugh to support the person on stage.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, like,
I mean, yeah.
and I don't mind doing that at all. So
No,
you
me
just
neither.
gotta, yeah.
But I will say that I'm probably the worst person to watch a film with, especially like not a comedy. Well, I think even that, because I'm like, wait, what? Who are they? Well, what's going on here?
Don't
like,
watch fucking Inception.
I,
What's happening now? What the fuck's going on here?
What does that sound?
Why
mean?
is this fart sending them into another land?
but like, I'm so annoying. Like, I'm like, do you think they were friends on set? And everyone's like, we're watching the fucking movie. This isn't like the bonus DVD. I'm like,
You know, my son has not yet learned when to talk in a movie, so he'll just start talking right when it's like, and they found the treasure, and he'll be like, "So I have some homework tonight." And you're like, "Not now."
That's me. That is me.
What was Theo
yeah.
holding? Because when you started to imitate Theo, you had like a mug in your hand. Is he like drinking tea throughout the movie or something?
Big dick
Yes.
energy. Big dick energy.
Yeah, big dick energy. I just feel like he comes in with like a chamomile and he's like, oh, you didn't want? Well, you should have said if you wanted. You knew I was in the kitchen.
Why did they do a callback? Is that what I missed?
I watched Army of the Dead or whatever on Netflix, that zombie movie, and I barely got through it. I was like, this thing is trash. And I'm like, plot holes. Like, I couldn't just let the movie happen.
Plot holes.
Or like, so Tig Notaro, they reshot her part because I think it was Crystalia was in it and got fired. And so they recast it with Tig Notaro, who I love. I love her so much. But she was smoking a cigarette and they, what do you call it? Special effected the smoke. So you could tell it was fake smoke. She wasn't really smoking. I couldn't let it go the whole film. And even when she wasn't on camera, I was like, how much money do you think that was? Like, I couldn't enjoy the movie.
That's like, it's like a $20,000 fake smoke.
Easily. And I mean, every scene she was smoking a cigarette.
I love
Just
leaning
don't
over
make her
people.
smoke.
Thank you, Danielle, being in the chat. First of all, we love you and hello, welcome. What a treat. That movie blew so hard. Exactly. This is why we are dear, dear, dear friends. I was viscerally upset. And Danielle, I'll throw this out to you. Bautista, how much work has he had done on his face? I want to know because it looks different now. Looks different now.
Really?
Like tight, like pulled.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, like, everyone do whatever you want. I mean, like, if I had the money, I'd be like, it would all be done. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely not. It would be like,
Just do one. You make it smaller. Make it smaller.
make
Yeah.
it smaller.
it smaller.
My back. No, I would just be like, everything would. So I'm not, but I just, yeah, exactly.
Your armpits even.
Tons. And she's like, anyways. Yeah, I talked through the movie, which I think is hard. That's hard in a relationship.
I like
But-
talking about how much each, like going back to the, like how much that smoke cost. I love talking about, like, I love leaning over and going, this one shot probably cost like $50,000.
And they're like, sir, you're not in our family.
That's the pop popcorn.
Just give me one handful, ma'am.
Just give me a nib, ma'am.
You can't eat a whole
50,000
pack of nibs.
50,000 is not even that much either. I had a friend that was on Suicide Squad, and they took a whole day to just shoot a car driving down a road.
Okay, name drop. I had a friend who was on Suicide Squad.
Well, he was on the set for Suicide Squad, and he's like, the whole day they just filmed, I think it's Batman's car or something, driving down the street, and they're like, it took an entire day.
It is so crazy how much time, like, I know that's such a naive thing, but like for me in my mind, even though like we've all been on set or whatever, every time I go there, I'm like, none of this is efficient. Like, even though like when I try and film myself, it takes 9 hours to set up, but like when you're on set, like I was listening to a podcast and Bobby Lee was on it, and he was like, I have to go to Hungary for 7 weeks to do one scene. I was like, we've got to move faster. This doesn't make sense.
Do you ever do this speech on set?
Yes.
People.
Where's the
Day
producer?
player?
Where's the director?
One time I was on set and I had 5 different naps, hour plus, just in the trailer. And I was like, can I help? Can I carry something?
Those days, it's like nap, then get up and like get warmed up again and get ready to go, and then get bored and nap again. Oh man.
Yes. Food.
Yeah.
Look out for food. You grab
Fuck yeah.
you grab the vegetables and then you're like, oh, maybe these chips, and then you throw the vegetables out
I've
the
never
window.
grabbed vegetables. I'm not kidding myself.
Yeah.
If a craft truck doesn't have like M&M peanuts,
Beef jerky.
M&Ms. I need M&Ms. I need so many M&Ms.
Yeah, M&M
Jason
beef
is
jerky.
so the jerky
M&M
guy.
beef jerky? Peanut butter whiskey or M&M beef jerky?
I'll take them both because it's a craft table.
I am
Great.
done with this world.
I want everyone to know I fart in front of my wife now, so I have no problem eating this.
Get that Pinot away from me.
I'll do this on my own like a real man, laying on my stomach, waiting for it to all be done.
Reverse 69, baby.
Again, sir, you're not in our family. Jan goes, I like when someone has one line in a movie saying, that's that guy's big break. That's my whole career. Michael, here are the papers. Yeah, but anyways, we are all open to films, and you know who doesn't love a nap? We're not complaining about it. It's
I can't. I'm terrible at napping. I've never napped because they'll give you that trailer and you're like, okay, cool. It's basically the same energy as me on a plane. Like, I'm just like, okay, good.
you get nervous. Oh, I kick
And
back,
it's not
shoes
nervous.
off.
You're right. Plane's nervous, so it's a bit of a different energy, but the same sort of like height of energy. I'm still just like, okay, cool. Who else is on set? It's the same with our SNL day. It's like, I'll just poke my head and be like, who's here? What's going to talk? Well, let's talk about something. Let's do something.
Ew. Well, that's unwanted energy.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Talk about something.
Yeah, there's always that one person who's like, hey, so I've got a pretty cool eclectic blog, and you're like, no, I can't.
That's not me though.
I think it is. You want to talk about something.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like, check out my stuff. It's more
No,
like,
but
hey,
you're like,
what's going-
hey, I guess we're going to be the best friends of the day.
You got it.
It kind of, I guess, is like being in a hostel. Like if you're traveling by yourself and then you make like your day friend that you'll never see again kind of thing.
I still hold on. Hostel friends since 19. I'll still write them and be like, what's going on, man?
Really?
Yeah, never get a response.
Is that true?
It was true up until like.
What are you playing with?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were like pumping something with your arm. You were just kind of like, I was like, what's this about underneath here?
No. No, I still talk to some of the people from like, I went to Whistler when I was like 18 or 19 and like.
Name drop.
Yeah, Bobby Whistler. I went to visit Bobby Whistler.
Johnny Suicide Squad.
First of all, if you think about Jason as like a young snowboarder, those would be your friends' names for sure. Bobby Whistler would be Jason's friend, who is such a criminal. And we were like, we can't have Bobby around. He'd be like, he's cool.
He's fine. Just like make sure that your liquor's locked in the cabinet, or just like hide it away. Come over.
Yeah. I always loved those friends where it was like someone's like shitty friend and it's like, he's fine. Yeah. Just like hide your liquor. Like, you know where your purse is. Why are you being...
I didn't know his other friends were going to show up. I didn't let him know it's just an invite only sort of party. So like he's brought a few friends.
He's fine. Just here's all the rules you have to follow when he's around.
This is Bobby Whistler's rules, okay? Don't bring up Forrest Gump. Don't talk about the Rams.
He's gonna ask for smokes because he does not buy smokes.
Yeah. Don't let him smoke.
Don't stare at his gun.
Don't stare at his gun. Don't get him started on Super Dave Osborne. Like,
Whenever you go to the washroom, he is gonna ask, "Are you holding?"
It's not so much Super Dave. It's more the sidekick Fuji Yakamoto. Don't really talk about him so much.
Super Dave, as a kid, felt like a fever dream. Like sometimes I think back and I'm like, did I watch that show?
But I also feel like he didn't even have a show. Like he just showed up on other shows, and it was
I
like,
agree.
who is this guy? It's just a character in life. Like not even for a show.
Yeah.
Even though I think it was from Bizarre or some shit like that.
That's where he started. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That show made me laugh so much. But I couldn't tell. Like, it's just him on a motorcycle, and then, like, it would just be, like, a dummy getting blown up. And I was like, did he really do that?
And then a voiceover for the dummy.
Yeah. Totally. Whoa. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. And you're like, neat.
It's like when you're a kid and you finally figure out how the camera works, and you're like, oh, so I can just cut this, and then, like, the next scene doesn't have to be my actual body, and we'll just throw it. Let's do that joke 100 times.
And you know what? It'll always be funny.
Oh.
It could still be going now, and I'd still find it funny. There was
Super
no
Dave?
way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would it have heightened to after 30 or 40 years?
You don't even have to heighten. You don't even have to.
No, it would have been Tub-A-Hummus. Us just screaming Tub-A-Hummus and him throwing the dummy into like a dirt pile. We were like, Tub-A-Hummus. You know, I was watching a
4th of July. Let's give me some fireworks. What if I hold on to them like this? Cut to a wider shot.
Whoa!
For Memorial Day, or what was it? May 2-4? What is that holiday?
May 2-4 just passed for you guys.
Yeah.
And actually, this weekend coming up is Americans' Memorial Day.
Oh, okay. I went to just a park close to my house, and this big group of like people were setting off fireworks, but they were also shooting a music video at the same time. So I think they had invested all the money into like insanely huge fireworks. So they'd light them and then all the cameras would come out. And again, this was like an indie production. This was not like a professional. And then they would just start rapping in front of these huge fireworks. But we as the park got to sit on a hill and watch these amazing fireworks. And then we would go, yeah!
Can you guys be quiet? We're trying to shoot a music video over here.
But it was just like us like Tub-A-Hummus. I was like, I don't know if you'll want us in the background, just being very appreciative. Victoria Day. Thank you, Melissa. But man, fireworks, I really turned into like an 8-year-old kid. I was just like, these are the best. There's nothing better than this. Yeah. It was very fun. No,
I agree. Like finding that awesome vantage point sometimes during those fireworks, and then you're that person that goes and tells everybody, "Oh, you should have been up in the hills. You could look, you could see everywhere." Or in Toronto, you're like, "I was on top of this condo. We were like 34 stories up, and we were on the roof, and like there are young and egg. There was some going on, and then you look down to the beach. And you're like, okay, cool, man. I was just at Cherry Beach. It was great. See you later."
And you're like, cool, Sharon. Wow. It sounds like you're the saddest. Anyways, why don't you have sex with Rick?
Did he say something to you?
Yeah, there's nothing better than your friend just on the brink of full collapse where it's like, it's been great. It's been great. It's been hard. And, you know, just a little. And it's just been, and it's fine. And we'll figure it out. But it's, you know, when it's been years. And I haven't told you guys. And, yeah, we don't live together anymore. And you're like, wow, okay, cool fireworks. Love this. Shayla wants to know if anyone else gets emotional at fireworks. I do not.
I do not. Quick answers.
We don't feel much. I do feel glee and excitement. I mean, this was the first time I've had, like, they were huge fireworks, and I was so close to them. Like, they were, like, above me. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like in the distance fireworks. So it was kind of like a bit spooky. Will they get me? I don't know. Mm-hmm. You know, and then there was a bunch of teens, which is what I used to do. Well, not me, but like when I would go to like bush parties and stuff, people would like light Roman candles and with their hand, like they'd shoot off at like people's cars or each other, which is so dangerous.
Shoot them at your butt.
Yeah, exactly. But teens were doing it. Well, while I was like walking back and they got close to the group, but the teens were like, don't hit those people. Like they were trying to be respectful.
No.
That's great.
I remember going to like, we had like this, like house, this little tiny house that was built when we went to like these things, and there was these guys lighting like bottle rockets out there. They were like, watch, I'll hold it in my butt and we can light it and shoot it off or whatever. But they were doing inside this house. They were doing it where they also had a full propane tank and like a barbecue. And I was like, we're going to it. I was that kid that was like, we're going to die tonight, but I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to say anything.
I'm not going to mention it. That sounds like Jackass.
Well, I grew up with a bunch of guys that probably could have been in Jackass for sure.
Bobby Whistler. I think we should go outside.
Yeah, Bobby Whistler for sure. I mean, like
my
day
friend's
Steve-O,
in a snowboard video smashing bottles over his head. Like that's, and then he tried a Crown Royal bottle. It did not work.
Oh. See, listen, this is not for me. I don't find like I can't. I liked Jackass, but did I just like going to the movies with my friends? You know. Because like current day Steve-O is still doing pranks.
He's still doing it, like on a podcast somewhere or something. He does his own podcast.
I saw him do Hot Ones.
Yes,
he poured hot sauce in his eyes. And I said, no one wanted that. It was a fine episode, and we didn't need that at the end.
It's like, you know, like Gary Coleman grew up and he got pissed off by the age of like 30 or 40 being like, you want me to say that line again? What you talking about, Willis? But Steve-O is still like, I'll say it, but his isn't just saying.
Okay. Interesting pull here.
What I'm saying is like, you know how like child stars grow up? Some child stars can grow up and have like a catchphrase or something, and then they were 40, like, can you just say that? Just say it. And they're like, okay, fine, I'll say it. What you talking about, Willis? Great, let's move on. Steve-O's like, you don't want me to say a line. You want me to dump hot sauce in my eyes? And he's still like, he's 40 something. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. No problem.
No. Wow. But like, first of all, just this comment. Oh no. Yeah, exactly. No, but I don't think anyone's asking Steve-O to do it.
That's the whole thing. Like, also, he's not even being asked. He's literally like walking down the street going, what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Except his
Can you say anything else?
It's an old phrase. I get it. I got it. It's an old reference. Also, is there a new Jackass coming out? Is Nigel right?
Yeah, there is.
What?
Yeah, I'd watch that.
I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to be very sad throughout it and be like, guys,
well, my only thing with the Jackass stuff. You had a friend die
from this. Like, fucking, let's go.
Well, he didn't die from that.
He died from like being in a fast car, which is like still sort of like, I'm sure they were like.
He wasn't on set. It wasn't part of the movie. He wasn't on set,
but I'm sure it's like living out.
Accident? Yeah, it was a terrible car accident.
Yes, because they were doing extremely excessive speeds. So it's like.
Yeah.
It's you being on Jackass and then being like, cool, man. Like, I'm not saying that it's because of that, but it's like.
Do you say cool Nick?
Yeah.
Cool
My
Nick
friend
is
Cool
another.
Nick. Cool Nick and Bob Whistler.
Is it Bob Whistler now? He's grown up?
He grew up.
He's a real estate agent now. So.
And Whistler.
Yeah.
Look at all the space in this place. You could do fireworks in any of these rooms.
Hey, I'm sorry. Are you fucking Bobby Whistler?
Whoa,
fucking Bob Whistler.
Bob Whistler now. Here, do you want a card? Real estate.
I think we had sex on a bunch of Starbursts in like 92.
I don't remember 92.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, that happened many times.
Yeah, your whole apartment was plastic furniture? It was just like the bubble chair, the bubble couch.
Yeah, 3 pinball tables. Yeah.
I know that person in and out. 3 pinball tables lands in a way for me where it's like, yeah.
Someone was just going to throw this one out.
I feel like everyone has lived with one of those people or they grew up like where it was just like, you know, can you believe this broken mirror? There's so many shards. What could we do with it? It's like, put it in the trash. You know?
It's kind of cool. It's like you would wake up and pretend you smash the mirror and then like just look at it. Pretty cool.
I'm not helping you get this home. I'm not helping you.
Yeah, always like some weird chair, and it's like no one's really gonna deep clean it. You know?
Look how many chairs I got today.
So many chairs. There's always the chair roommate who's always bringing it and be like, we could put a plant on it. It's like, get it out of here.
It says no bed bugs anymore.
My street is I love it because there's just so much free stuff always, like that people think we would want, like loose DVDs or like really used
a
books.
CD rack.
Yeah, like a CD rack or like loose shoes on a lawn. I'll never understand that choice. You know? Except our friend, I won't name him, but we all know him, once saw a bunch of free beer. So the people who put it out was just like, we don't like this flavor, free, like it was unopened. And our friend picked it up and showed up to a party where we all were and goes, I just found these on the road. And Kel, no surprise, I couldn't let it go for the rest of the evening. I thought it was strange. Yeah.
I'd be like guy that picks them up and then takes them to the party, but watches two other people drink them first and be like, hey, how you feeling today, man?
Hey, beer's on me. How you feeling?
Would you believe those were free beers from the road? Could you believe?
Then 2 hours later, they start puking, and now you've had two of them, and you're like, uh-oh. Oh, no.
Okay, Jan knows the friend. She goes, oh my God. The same friend also saw a pair of shoes on the street, put them on, and left his old shoes there because the street shoes were better than his.
I don't know. I've had a guess, but I don't think it's the right person.
I know exactly who it is.
And it's in those moments, I feel like everyone has that friend, but it's like you either accept them as they are and let it happen, or you're like me and I just need them to understand that this is just full wackadoo, you know? I can't let it go.
I used to have a friend when I was like 20, we'd be at the club and he'd be like, I'm gonna get us some beers. And I found out later he was like stealing people's beers. Like he wouldn't buy them. He would just
you guys want around? You guys like half beers? You guys like half beers?
You guys into half beers.
Who wants a happy? Anyone want a happy?
Couple quarters equals a happy.
There's nothing for sure. Just that friend who, like, at the end of the party is just drinking out of loose cups.
Yeah.
You're like, ew.
Just eating cigarette butts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't have a problem. I like to save money. So like, I don't know. You've been drinking beers that are filled with like cigarettes butts.
It's fine.
Still good beer.
On this episode of The Frugal Alcoholic.
I want to take you on a journey through a nightclub where they spend what exorbitant amounts on cocktail? No, thank you. The latest trick is called the wash bin. Behind the bar, there's a bin where they wash glasses in at the end of the night, where they turn up glasses upside down, and alcohol just falls into the bin. Ask for a glass with just ice.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
I'm not gonna lie. Like in my worst times, I did do that once, and I had a Canadian celebrity be like, "Don't do that. I'm gonna go back and get you a free drink." And I was like, "Thanks, man."
Oh, yeah.
Wait, there was already free drinks?
Well, I was at one of these, like, this is back when I worked in my advertising days, and I was at one of these like parties where they get you drunk and they introduce you to like people that are on their upcoming lineup at CTV or something like that.
Yeah.
So like they had run out of alcohol at this bar, and I was like, they literally ran out. They're like, we've run out of drinks. It's the end of the night. You guys got to get out of here. And I was like, I grabbed the laundry bin, that whatever that bin is, and started pouring it into a cup. And I won't say the celebrity's name, but he was so nice because he put up with me all night.
Jason, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
100%. And he goes, you know what? I think we have some wine in the back. I'll go grab you a glass of wine. And he did. And I was like, you're the nicest guy. I'm always like, and I had told him earlier in the night that there was something I didn't like about his career. I was like, you're not very good at this. And he was like, okay, I know. Like I was a total jerk and he treated me like gold. So
That person's
always
a hero.
he was a
Whoa.
hero. He's a hero in many ways. He also does a PSA for like
Okay, let's pump the brakes.
guys to Rod Black, TSN, celebrity and good guy.
That's so funny.
He started doing. I'll tell you really quickly. He started doing basketball games, and I was like, "You don't know basketball?" He goes, "I honestly don't. They just." I worked a sports desk, and they needed me to do
So you went up
stuff.
to a man who had a job and said, you don't really know basketball, and then went and drank loose fucking beer.
Let's just say I was that drunk at that point. I was a piece of garbage at that point. And
I don't think you've ever been a piece of garbage, but I just think the audacity.
I was that night. I was gonna drink out of a tub. I don't even remember if I actually completed and maybe took a sip or not. But I know that's what happened. And then he was like, "I'm gonna get you a glass of wine from the back
I'm
door."
gonna ask if you like drank the wine and then you were like, tub's still there.
I bet he did.
You guys take that tub away?
I'm sorry. I think someone took something really important from the front of mine, like your phone. No, like the tub. Is the tub?
Sorry, gentlemen, we are closing quickly. A man is just taking other people's shoes if he finds them better than the ones he's wearing. So we need to shut it down, if you don't mind.
It's only 3 a.m. What the fuck is happening?
Tub-A-Hummus is happening.
You guys got pickled Tub-A-Hummus?
Pickle no too far. No, go too far. Before we end, Jason, you did have a story that had a very weird photo attached. Do you want to tell everyone or
Well,
no?
I've got my list of like, as I always do, I come ready just in case Ding That My Stop comes up. But I had, for this one, I was like, for this one, I was going to put a picture up. But then when I put a picture up, Stacey will see that when she logs in. So she was like, "Do you put a picture up?" And so I'll do that story and that story only because you were like,
well, that's what I was just talking about.
I know, but I'm just kind of giving the listeners why only just this story and it's not Ding That's My Stop. But the headline is police swarm a home of a mortified mother who left a corpse outside. So that's why Stacey was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because where is it? This is the picture that is up. Did you take the picture down?
No.
Okay, it's because I was in the video section. This is the picture. So the police swarmed this house. Turns out she was just throwing away an old Halloween decoration. And she wrapped it up. But this lady got the SWAT team come in and take her down because they were like, "You have a corpse in your backyard."
Just loose.
Just loose. Yeah. And she said, "My 5-year-old is really into dressing up for occasions. So he did the inside up with a circus theme and he dressed as it. And so the prop was in our garden as our theme. And then they went to throw it out. It looked like that picture. And a neighbor called and was like, 'I think my neighbor has thrown a body outside.'" And that's what happened.
I love that they weren't like, "Hey, Michelle, like, what's in the backyard?"
Well, would you say that if you actually saw to your neighbor, if you saw what you pretty or positive is a corpse wrapped up in a garbage bag, you would not be like, "Danielle, what's with the corpse in the backyard?"
I think I would say that because it's absolutely absurd to think Michelle had a murder and just went, "I'll deal with it. Oh, I got the kids."
That was my thing. I was like, what did they think was happening?
Well, that's someone who wasn't believed when they said they saw an alien, wasn't believed when they burnt their hand and their twin in Minnesota burnt theirs. So then all there was left was just, calling the cops. I do agree with Rob. Like, why wrap it like that? Like, I agree that there's been some weird, like, if that was my wife who had done that, I'd been like, "Honey, like this we can't. This is not going into the garbage like this. This is wild stuff that's happened here. Why is it wrapped so beautifully like
I'll
a
say
corpse?"
this because I didn't read this far. This actually happened. This is an actual conversation that happened. She did recall asking the police how they could possibly think that was a prop with legs that short, and the police replied, "Well, you might have cut them off." So
cool, cops. Cool. They're really working overtime. Well, you cut the legs off. You probably cut them off.
Easy.
Easy. You know what I do? I throw them in the back. I mean, like, this is crazy.
Do you know what I think, though? I think this is just to get people off the trail. I think she actually did probably kill someone. She goes, "You know how you get them off your trail? You do something like this, and then they'll never come and ask you again. Hey, did you kill somebody?"
She's got some free passes now for murder.
Yeah, because people are gonna be like, "Oh, that corpse in the background. She's probably just throwing out Halloween decorations again." And she's like, "You got it."
Halloween.
Where did your husband go? Vacation.
Why do you suspect something?
Do you think I murdered him? You think he'd be murdered in the backyard?
And then the next neighbor comes in. Why do you have 2 corpses in your backyard? Oh, I don't. They're just Halloween decorations.
Halloween. Well, friends, we really did it, Jason. I'm glad that we stopped to tell that story because I'm proud of you for this. I just love that you're a family man and just Googling stuff like this makes me happy.
I would just say, like, if I would have said that story, you would have been like, well, where's the picture? I'd be like, here you go. There you go.
Why are you always calling me out? Well, if I did this, you would do that. It's like, just live your life.
I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying, like, I was prepared, like I came with my tools.
Yeah, but I just imagine you again on the keys, looking up things going, well, if I don't do this, Stacy's going to be mad. And I'm just farting my ass out with some Beano, just going like not thinking about it at all, Let it go. Let it go. Friends, this was so fun. We will be back next week. Casual Friday, it's so nice to have you back.
It's such a pleasure. It's such a goddamn pleasure.
Such a pleasure. Of course, we know where to follow Old Bakey Boys, and that's at robbiebaker.com, obviously. Mm-hmm. How's the website going? You getting a lot of traffic?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Again, if you're new here, I do recommend the out of work section. It is one of my favorites. Absolutely.
And after this lockdown, is calzone fever coming back? Like, do we have anything to get ready for? Or?
I have no new news about calzone fever.
This lockdown, Rob Ford is just killing calzone fever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doug Ford.
Everyone
Rob Ford is different.
Did you say Rob Ford?
I think I said Rob Ford back then.
I think he's still pulling some strings.
He's like Obi-Wan in the X-Wing fighter.
Just the worst Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. I brought my friend Bobby Whistler. Do you mind?
You know how much cocaine there is in heaven?
Not to be
Trust
that guy,
your gut, Doug. Trust your gut. Don't listen to the people in Parliament. Trust your gut.
All right, Dougie, I'm out of here.
Is that Rob Ford as Baby Yoda?
Yep.
I'm not getting all the references, but I do enjoy. He just comes out in a robe. And he's like, "What? So I had some drinks. To be or not to be, but just do it." Bad. They can't all be hits. All right, friends. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this episode, like it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We do this every Friday. And thank you for listening. And be safe and be well. And we'll see you next week. Bye.